Your soul is a cycle breaker. Generational cycle breaker, check. Family pattern cycle breaker, check. You break any cycles, could also be, by the way, societal cycles, check. You break those as well. Any patterns that you spot that aren't aligned with your soul's radically aligned, soul-aligned dream life. And right there, you break those as soon as you become aware of those. You are super conscious and you spot those. You seem to spot those easily. And you consciously break those. You are the one who creates the new patterns of thinking, feeling, acting. So anything that's not aligned with your dreams, your mission, your purpose in terms of thinking, feeling, acting, don't survive in your presence, in your consciousness. You're so conscious and you are so amazing doing the inner work to shift anything that is not radically aligned with your dreams. If the society has taught you and programmed you to think in a fear, worry, doubt-based way, to think, feel and act in that way, you are thinking that this is so outdated. This is so old-fashioned. And you just see no point in continuing that. You don't want that to be passed on to other people through your soul. You don't want to pass that on to the society or the next generations. And you choose that, I'd rather think, feel, act in alignment with peace, love and joy. So you do inner work. You practice thinking, feeling, acting in alignment with peace, love and joy. And you broke the cycle. You broke the patterns that were passed on to you. And you paved a new way. You are paving a new way. Thanks to the inner work you have done, or that you're about to do. Now peace, love and joy is what the new cycle pattern is. That is passed from you to the next generations and to the society, the people you are in connection with. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for the inner work that you do, for the highest good of yourself and everyone else as well. Wow, darling. You changed a non-serving pattern that had been continued for so long to something serving that is aligned with your dreams, your mission, your purpose, leading those from a state of peace, love and joy on all levels. And you help the entire humanity, directly or indirectly, to think, feel, act as peace, love and joy. So thank you for breaking the cycle. If this was the cycle that you chose to break, or now choose to break, great. Let's take a look at some other cycles, patterns. Okay, how about thinking logically and making logical decisions? Oh, the society and perhaps your relatives taught you to be very logical. Do what is logical in life. But you, immediately, when you sense into this pattern, oh my God, doing what is logical right now, you feel the constrictive feeling in your body. And you definitely want to break this cycle, or this pattern. What is the new pattern then? What do I desire to do instead? Your new pattern is, I do what my intuition guides me to do in the now. Ooh. In other words, you chose to radically listen to your soul in the now. Can you feel the expansion? Tuning into this new pattern. Wow. Radically listening to my intuition. Following my intuition. Acting or not acting based on what my intuition, aka what my soul guides me to do or not to do. Wow. You created a new pattern that brings your dreams, your next dreams, your mission and your purpose, or a next layer of those into the now. As your soul just knows what to do. And it's not logical most of the time. But again, you broke a pattern. Now you are passing on a different way of doing things to the next generations, the society. You show a new kind of way to your close ones, to the people you interact with. And regardless of how they react to you doing things differently, you are so amazing that you stick to this new pattern that feels so good and right to you on a soul level. Thank you. What else? Yeah. Okay. Overthinking. Overthinking in front of anything. That was the cycle that was repeating in your life in front of decisions, for instance. As that was a pattern that was taught to you unconsciously or consciously. Most likely unconsciously. By someone, something. You chose to break this pattern. No more overthinking. What is my new pattern? No thinking. Simply acting on my soul's guidance. Okay. Well, that's a new way of acting. A new way of thinking. Not thinking, but acting on your soul's guidance. Thank you. Thank you for listening to your soul and paving this new way again. Showing others that you don't actually have to overthink things, but just act on your soul's inspiration. That, by the way, brings your dreams, your mission, your purpose into the now. When you don't think, that feels like a dream. And also listening to your soul brings your dream into the now. Your soul knows what doing brings your dream into the now. And what doing feels like a dream. And we don't have to think our way to our dream. Your soul simply knows. It's so simple. The mind can just rest. Thank you. Thank you again for breaking this cycle, if this was the cycle you chose or now choose to break. All thinking is gone, and just listening to your soul's guidance and acting on it. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for the cycles you have already broken and the cycles you are about to break now. And regarding this, I have a practice for both of us now. Inner work practice. Write down what cycles are currently present inside of you. What patterns of thinking, feeling, acting are still playing out in your inner world that you have learned, but that you now desire to break consciously. What patterns that you learned from your family line or from society or from someone else or something else, from media, that you now want to break? And what are the new ways of thinking, feeling, acting that you want to consciously practice? What do you desire to think? How do you desire to feel? And how do you desire to act instead? What kind of a way of thinking, feeling, acting do you want to pass on to other people by leading by example? What kind of patterns do you want to pass on to the next generations or the society through you? What patterns that are radically aligned with your next dreams, your next level, mission and purpose? I leave you tuning into this. And if you desire to share the pattern that you have learned that is not serving you, that you feel called to break, one pattern or many, you can share that in the comments. And also if you feel inspired to share any new patterns you want to practice from now on, that you want to embody, you can also drop that in the comments down below.